More power, more love, more unity, more life. Yeah? I'm Young Raw, and today I'm giving you a workshop on called Breaking the Knots and Spells. Yeah? And breaking the knots and spells is very vital for us to break the knots and spells within our family tree, from the elders generation to the younger generation, because the younger generation are the future, and it's for us to know thyself and rectify ourselves and give each of our power and strength and wisdom. And within that power, strength and wisdom, there's a saying called sound right reasoning, and also within that sound right reasoning there's also word, sound and power. So with that word, sound and power, we use words every day. As I'm even speaking and interacting here, it's words what's coming out my mouth. When we greet everybody every day, the words coming out our mouth. When we speak to our children, words coming out our mouth. So it's very important for us to know and to understand the words what we are using. Yeah? And if you heard what I just said, the key word what I said was understand, because we're not understanding, because we're not under the statement. And within that understatement of understanding, that means we're under the spell and the influence of whatever is obviously over us. And there should be nothing over us. So it's about breaking those knots and spells so we can see through the word and the lies, and obviously raise our vibrations, raise our frequencies, and obviously enlighten one another and realize the things what we are saying and know the true word meaning and etymology, and also the hidden agenda behind certain roots of the word. Yeah? So thank you for watching. Share and like, and continue watching and seeing what we are trying to bring to the table and bring to the people, and the teachings, because each one teach one. Yeah? And right about now, like I'm saying, words are key. In the olden days, some would say old English, but it's not just necessarily old English, it's old African saying. Yeah? Words have power. Yeah? So when we are speaking to one another, we have to speak in the correct mannerism, the correct vibrations, and sometimes be careful and watch what we are saying. Mr. Pittman Brown, one of my elders, I salute and love him daily. These are where my wisdom comes down from elders great like Mr. Pittman, from Charles Francis, also Charles Washington. Charles Washington is a great elder, and all these elders have obviously inspired me and teach me a lot along the way. Yeah? So like I was saying, Sir Mr. Pittman Brown has got a book, and in his book, one of his book, he talks about words and how we have to be careful what we say to each other, because words can make things manifest. So if we say words to one another, like people say, it's called cussing. As Caribbean people or black people, we cuss, and when we say cussing within an Englishman saying, they'll be saying cursing. Yes? So when we are cussing one another, that's casting spells and cursing one another. Yes? So this is why it's vital, and we have to be careful what we say, because we can manifest things without even having that understanding. That's why it says be careful what you wish, be careful what you say. Also be careful what we may obviously thoughts and dream, because these are where, like I says, the power of the mind and the power of the words makes magic. Yes? And within that magic, a lot of things can manifest. And you might not obviously necessarily see it right there and then, but then you might say, oh, you wish something bad happens to this person or that person, and the next minute, you might not see it today, tomorrow or next week, next minute something happens to them, they drop down, they get hit by a car, they pick up sick. Yes? So why shouldn't we say loving words, high vibration words to one another? Yes? Because there's an experiment, and within that experiment there was 3 types of water, and within these scientists did within these 3 types of water, he said he did an experiment where one of the water he said positive things to it, and in the second water he said negative things to it, and then you see the third water he left it and said nothing at all. Yes, and within all these waters, and I think it actually turned them into ice molecules. Within these different ice molecules, they had different crystallizations. So the ones that had positive vibrations, what we're saying, saying to the water and ice, oh, I love you, you are beautiful, you make me happy, and all those vibrant words, that crystal, the formation of the crystal within that experiment, it was beautiful. Now within the crystal and the experiment where he was saying negative words like I hate you, you're ugly, you're nasty, all these nasty words and horrible words and negative words, this made the crystal eyes look like all crumbly and nasty and like different colour. But then the one what obviously he said nothing to, that one was also had mad crystals and looked all deformed and all those things there, because it was had neglect. So the ice and the water what had said nothing, because it was neglected and it felt remember it's got feel. This is what I'm trying to show you. It has feelings too. The water has feelings too. Yes. So because the water was lonely and had nothing, had no interaction, nothing said to it, yeah, it felt lonely. The crystals was not good. No vibration, no positive vibration to uplift the water. So it was dull and crystals was nasty. Same as the negative one, but even in a worse formation, because a lot of negative and horrible things were said. But like I'm stating, the one what had the beautiful crystal was the one what was said the most beautiful and positive energy words. Now imagine that. Our body is made up about roughly 85% of water. Yes? So as our body is roughly made up of 80% of water, yeah? Imagine this. I'm just a hood youth, ghetto youth, yeah? And as I'm talking to my brothers and sisters, yes? This is about obviously sharing intellect, because obviously little me can know these things, and these things are from obviously scientists where they're showing you. But guess what? We are the scientists. These things what I'm sharing with you, these are the things what we used to know naturally. We knew about vibrations. We knew about word, sound and power. Yes? This is why we beat the drums and put the vibration in the drums. Yes? This is why we have bass in music. All these things we knew about synchronizing, harmonization and getting certain things to certain heights. Yes? But what has happened is corruption has happened. So now we are using words what no longer belong to us. We are resonating and vibrating on a low level frequency, because we are not resonating and talking in the tongues and the languages and the words what obviously can make us resonate on a higher frequency. Yes? So this is where we have to cipher through now and find out what is going on. Yes? Because we have schools, and a lot of things what these schools are teaching obviously wants us, because we went through the school system and our elders, and now some of us are putting our children into the school system. This is detrimental to us to obviously educate them. This is called know thyself. Yes? Like our African ancestors once told us. Yeah? So, like I'm saying, when we go into the words, what word should I come and give you first? Well, the word what I'm going to come and give you first, yeah, is what's going on in the world today. Yes? And even the reason why I'm giving you this video today, because it's about breaking the knots and spells. So as it's about breaking the knots and spells, It's about what? Words, and the words about confusion. A lot of confusion is going on. Now, let's look at the word confusion. I have an elder in the background, and I would like him to read the definition for me of confusion, please, sir.
There are parallelisms between confusion and a world leader of his age and generation called Confucius. Well, I would not like to make, well, you'd say judgmental for all the folks who've honored him with their praises and their sense of upbringing, their children. They see in this man not only a holy man, but a head of every household and head of every homestead, as a symbol of strength, empowerment, and devotional love, which comes out in a multitude of positive ways. But you'd say, coming back to the word that my younger brother is asking, what was the word again?
Confusion.
Confusion. So, alright then, con is a prefix.
Yes, sir.
Con means with, and fusion means coming together.
Yes, sir.
And confusion, we're talking about opposites.
So basically, sir, in a nutshell, it, like you says, it's a clash.
Yes.
And the reason why there is a clash within the word confusion is because, like you says, yes, we have the prefix of the con and the fusion.
Yes.
So when you've put the two together, now, like we are seeing in the English spell and the tricks, and it's called tricknology, we're breaking the spells of the tricknology, yes, because the devil is a liar. So within the spell word, you have two words. You have con and you have the fusion. Anything to deal with con is a clash, is the opposite, or contrary, not too sure.
Yes.
So basically, they're not too sure, or they're conning the fusion. So you can't fuse what you need to fuse. There's no fusion because it's been conned. Yes? And these of what's been going on. Wordplay of two words to manipulate I and I, you and I. So these is where we have to look into the words and see that we are not confused. Yes? We are not. We deal with fusion and love and positivity.
Yes.
So when they're putting the con within that fusion of love or liberation or upliftment, and then they're putting their con into it, they are not allowing you to rise up, because now they're manipulating you and confusing you and stopping that fusion, what you are entailed and in need of, to uplift you and to make you know what you want. If I love you or I don't love you, if I want to go to the shop or not want to go to the shop, there's no confusion. It's straight fusion, because you know you want to go straight to the shop, or I straight love you, or I straight want to read that book. There's no conning in the fusion because you know what you want. No manipulation, like I'm saying to you. So this is why it's very important to, obviously, like I'm saying, know the wordplay and see the tricks within the word. Yes? Because even the word spell, when we spell words or spelling, we are casting spells and spelling on people. So we need to know when we are spelling, what are we spelling out? What are we casting out? Spelling is casting. So when you are casting, what are you casting? Are you casting positive things or are you casting negative things? And this is where it goes back to the wordplay. Yes? Also, when we're talking about the con, we can also talk about the conning of the crete. So when we talk about the concrete, sir, can you please elaborate what concrete is? What's the definition of concrete? We know as layman or normal average people, they will say the concrete is the floor. But what does the etymology or the definition, or what is the hidden gender behind the concrete?
Once again, we're looking at the prefix. Pre means going before. So the word con means with. It might even have been Latin, but in English it means with. And concrete is bringing together several particles in order to effectuate one solid block. Oh, well, I don't know. It is possible that concrete can be taken in a mythological way or a physical way. Because if what somebody is saying to me, I want you to go to the shop, not your brother, not the other one over across the way. I want you because I trust that you're going to bring me back the correct change and things like that. So I've got complete trust, whole and substantiated trust. And what you're saying to me, you've spent the money and given me back my correct change, is concrete, can be trusted. But then,
but that's what we would think that is, sir.
Yeah.
So, but when we go in actual reality of what is going on, and look at, like I says, you have the grass, and as you have the grass, yes, the grass is the grass, the pavement, yes, is the paving, and also it's the concrete, because you have different kind of paving. There's different types of paving, but one of the type of paving is concrete. So, like I'm saying, you have, in nature you have the grass. The grass is nature. The grass is the Mother Earth. And as you have the Mother Earth, that is the crete. The crete is the earth, the natural earth, nature. But now the concrete is no longer, I mean, what is natural and nature, the crete, is no longer crete. It's not in its nature a natural form. So now the crete has been conned.
Yes, because it becomes synthetic.
Yes,
it's
sir.
not really the earth.
It's not really the earth. So like you said, it's not the original form. It's now like in a block state.
Yes.
It's created. It's been conned. It's been hardened.
Artificial.
Artificial.
Yes.
So as it's been artificial, like we're saying, it's been conned. It's not of nature. It's not of natural.
All right.
So this is where you get the con of the crete, the conning of the crete.
Yes.
So the conning Mother Nature, the conning the Mother Earth.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is concrete. But because we don't know these words, we conform.
Yes. Yeah. Without
We
questioning.
conform. And this is what happens. We conform without questioning what is going on. What is concrete? What is confusion? We don't question these things. This is why we are confused. Because we don't want to know what's going to make us tick, and what is right, and what's going to make the truth fuse us into a higher place. We are being conned. From the confusion to the concrete to now the majority of the people out there are all walking around conformed. Yes?
Yes.
Now, because they're conformed, they have no conclusion. Because in that word again, we see the conning and the conclusion. Because we should have a conclusion.
Or closure.
Or a closure.
To the definition.
To the definition, or to what's going on in reality. A conclusion what's going on around us. But they're conning the conclusion. We haven't got a clue. It's illusion.
Yes.
Illusion within the occlusion.
Yes.
The confusion. These are all words what you need to look up to, because they have a part of the prefix of the conning, is connected to the power words and the source words. But you see, because it's got the con in front of the power words, it's lowering your vibration. It is lowering your frequency.
Yes.
It's not allowing you to ascend and for you to manifest what you need to manifest.
I was going to say or add, I hope that one of the key words that you'll be coming in order to help raise our knowledge and our vibration is the word conscious.
Well, I'm glad you said that word, sir. So this is why a lot of us out there, and especially in the so-called black conscious world, how conscious are we when we're dealing with these words of confusion, conforming, concrete, and the great word what you just said, which was
conscious. Because
now the con of the conscious, again the prefix of the con added to what? The shus. Now if you look up the word itself, shus, take off the con, because sometimes people think, oh, well, that doesn't mean anything, shus. If you take it away off the con, it means to know on its own, to be enlightened on its own.
Yes.
So when they've now put the conning to give you conscious, when it was shus, now that is conning your shus, which is for you to be aware, for you to know, for you to be enlightened, for you to be woken. Now you are not shus, because you're so clear conscious, and you think that you're awoke, awakening other people, because we are all consciousness. We need to know that they are conning the shus, and it's very vital that as we are awoken people and we're raising our vibrations, we need to break the knots and spells and realize they are stopping us from elevating. They're stopping us from rising up because of their witchcraft, what's going on by their words and spells. Witchcraft. English language is classed as a bastardized language. Yes? Excuse my language for the younger generation, but for reality and nature, for who we are as people, we are Mama Africa's children, and obviously we are obviously situated all around the world. But as we are situated in England, England is classed as a high-ranking country, high-ranking place. And as England has conquered, hear that word again, conquered. You with me? They have conquered a lot of place. See that manipulation there? So now they have conformed people, confused people.
Yes.
Yeah? And been around the world and turned Mother Nature and natural land to concrete. Yes? Chopping down Mother Nature's trees and beautiful land. So this is what we need to know when we're shus. And for those what think they're conscious, each one teach one. Yeah? Because that's what it's about. It's about obviously elevating ourselves and knowing truth from rights and revealing hidden words. Because a lot of these so-called, I'm going to go into words where these people are going to talk about, obviously, now we're talking about secret society. No. So what I'm talking about is Mason. Aleister Crowley was a high-ranked Mason. And in his time, he learned how to manipulate and use words for spells, casting spells, to hold down people, to hold down a nation. Now, we are those people, we are those nation which Aleister Crowley and people like Aleister Crowley obviously try to keep us down. These people are technology masters. Yes? So now when we go to who are they are taking our title as Masons. They class themselves as Freemasons or Masons, whatever they want to class themselves. But when we look at to the word of Mason, now what is the word Mason? Because these words, I'm teaching you how these relate to I and I, but they are trying to confuse I and I. Yes? So when I tell you about Mason, what these Aleister Crowley wordsmith of technology try to obviously trick our people, all Mason means for those people what are scared of that, it means Ma son. Ma meaning mother and son meaning son, mother's son. And we knew this from ancient African time because we are the true Ma sons, mother's sons. Yeah? And as true Masons and mother's sons, we knew that it was the cornerstone of black mother and child, black Madonna, who we hail up. Black woman and child, black mama, father and son. The Holy Trinity, mother, father and son, where they would say the Father, the Son and the Holy Ghost or the Holy Spirit, and cast out the mother. But the mother was the cornerstone and the fundamental at the top, or if not at the top, side by side with a companion. So this is what Ma's son is, mother's son. So we're not in a no technology when they're trying to trick us and talk about Mason this and Mason that, because boom, when we talk about the etymology of Mason, it goes back to a masonry. People who do masonry. So people who do carpenter, people what do bricklaying. So what have they built? Also, Mason is for those who know. Like I said, if you know about the Holy Trinity, it's about the mother, the father and the child. This is what makes the nation. This is what makes us as a people. So these things are fundamental to know that these people what are portraying themselves as Masons, yeah, they are not real Masons because they haven't built nothing. anything great, I and I built, you and I built. The blood what runs through our veins, we built. We are the royal African DNA. So when we talk about true Mason, we are the true Masons. When we talk about Aleister Crowley, these tricksters, yes, of tricknology and words and spells and wizardry, yeah, sorcery, they can't trick us. They can't trick the true children. They can't trick the true Masons, because we are the true masters. And what is master? Master is, again, ma, the prefix, and star. Ma, star. Mother's star. So when all these people want to go to college or university, or to get their PhDs to become a master of this or a master of that, we are all natural born masters if you know thyself. They are imposters, they are actors and actresses. They are acting to be like us. This is why when we talk about, like I said, masters, mother's star, this is why when you're a child for a boy, when you are born, they class you in society as a master when you are young. But as soon as you get a little older and turn into your teenagers or past so on, you lose your master title, and now they class you as a Miss Star. Miss Star from what? What? Miss Star. You're a mist. You're a Miss Star. It's like you're a fallen star. How are they calling I and I a Miss Star when I've always been a master? And as a master, I should not change to a lower star, a Miss Star.
Alright.
Yes?
Yes.
So as I'm telling you, I and I is a natural star, a master, a mother star. Most men, no matter if you're a rude boy or bad man out there, because this is how we're talking, because this is what it is, this is what the young teachers come in, we're bringing it down for all generation, breaking that Nottz and Spellz. You with me? And it says that the master teacher will have to come and be able to talk the language of the people and be able to hit the elders and also hit the youth of the next generation. So sometimes I have to talk the way I talk to make them understand and grasp the importance of this language, what we are talking. It's just like when they might see a good car going past, you hear what I said, a good car. But the youths them of today are talking about, no, that car is sick. Why that car need to go to Queen's Medical Centre? You need to go what, the car's sick, it needs to go to what? I don't know. You with me?
Motor car graveyard.
Motor car graveyard. Huh? Because it's ill, it's sick, it's bad, it's wicked. Huh? Why can't we just say the car good? Or the car look nice? Huh? And even certain of those words we may have to look, but just keep it good and just keep it simple. We have to start saying negative words on top of the car. You with me? It doesn't make sense. That's why I said sometimes when we speak, it's a bastard language because we don't even know what we're saying. We are throwing words and things to other things and it doesn't make sense. As a master, yes, that's a mother's star. Mason, master, mother's son, sorry. But then, some of them who talk about what religion or ideology, so when we talk about I and I, we have to say that I is Rastafari. I am a Ra star. You with me? Why am I Ra star? Because that's what Rasta is. Ra star. Ra is the sun. So I am the son of the stars. But also, as I'm the son of the stars, the sun is made up of billions and trillions of stars. All the stars are within the sun. Because the sun is unique. And all the stars are hot together. And that's what keeps us all warm. The collectiveness of the warm stars. That is the Father and the Son in one. Ra. So we are Ra's stars and Mars stars. You with me? So these are the words and the understanding what we need to comprehend to liberate who we are as a people. Because we're not no trickster. You with me? Huh? And we're born a gangster unless you're guiding a new generation. And this is what we have to do. Abbreviate and turn it into positivity. Because we know that the gang has been put to us on a negative. And we just know that that is a tribal warfare. Just in a modern day term. When we look about who we was back in the day, or how we are greeting each other day to day, we always greet each other by saying hello.
Yes, yes.
How are we greeting each other on those low vibrations by hello?
Yes.
We don't know L is low.
Yes.
So we deal with higher. Huh?
Yeah.
Higher vibration. So we're dealing with the most high, which is higher. So if I see you and I think that obviously you're my brother and my sister, I should dress you like you're a god or a goddess higher. Or if we just want to keep it simple, to say hi. But we are resonating on a high vibration, which is on a higher level and frequency. Not on no hello thing, no low vibrations. This is when we go and see people day to day, but it usually goes in the daybreak. Because why I'm saying daybreak, because when you walk in the daybreak or the break of day or the day rise, a Englishman, Caucasian man, or Asian person, the average, so I'm just keeping it open, they would say to you, good morning.
Yes.
I not deal with no morning thing because, yo, I got an awful lot of soldiers and brothers and sisters and family tree who dropped out in the community or in the world. And we're not mourning for them because we're not dealing with no dead people. Because they're not dead. They're alive. They're in life after life. Yes? So we are not mourning. We celebrate their life, what they lived here in the physical, in the flesh. And we know that their body, yes, their body died, their body stopped, but they was more than body, they was more than flesh. So that's just the mechanics and the makeups, but that is not them. They are inside that. So when their body obviously shuts down, what they would call die or death, we don't call it death, we just life after life. More life we deal with. You with me?
Yes.
More life. Life after life.
Yes.
Yeah? So we are not mourning nobody when they die. We celebrate life.
Yes.
We love life.
Yes.
We live forever and ever and ever.
Yes.
Oh my gods and goddesses. You with me?
Yes.
And that's the trap and the entrapment and the spell. because they want you to fear death. They want you to think that you die when you never die. You multiply and you live on forever and ever and forevermore elsewhere on, and also around your family and loved ones, because you can call on our ancestor now to help and guide and protect you if you need them, because they're always present. They never die. We are energy and more. You cannot kill energy. You cannot stop energy. Energy. The inner G. The inner G. It's inner me. It's inner you. The energy. See the energy? The energy they will call the inner chi.
Yes.
If I was Chinese.
Yes.
They would say the inner chi.
Yes. Holy Ghost.
The Holy Ghost. The Holy Spirit.
Yes.
The soul. The energy. Inner G.
Yes.
When we're dealing with emotion, energy in motion.
Yes.
Emotion.
Yes.
Energy in motion. Emotion. This is why sometimes it's hard to control. Yeah, what I said is that control. Yes? Because they're trying to control you and turn you into a troll, conning the troll. So because you cannot troll or control your energy, your inner G, this is why people out there may do stupid things, or may argue, or may fight, or may get upset, because it's all emotion and energy what floats around yourself and I. Energy in motion. How am I feeling? Who's going to upset that energy, that inner G? G is that 7 letter. G. 7 is the number of completion.
Yes.
So when you can control thyself, know thyself, and control, or should I say create, a way to obviously harness your energy in the correct way, you can manifest anything you want, conjure up anything you want. That's why I says be careful of the words and the spells that you are saying or casting or commenting on people, on one another, on your brothers, your sisters, your family members, your friends, strangers out there. Keep your vibration positive, because when you're throwing out those negative words out there, the same time you're throwing them out there and it's affecting that person out there, it's also affecting yourself. Because the same way that body or that person can hear it and it resonates or upsets their makeup and their body and their waters, it's also upsetting your vibration and your makeup and your waters. So treat those how you want to be treated. Say to people the things what you want to be said to you. When we talk about day to day, when the brothers and the sisters are all talking to one another, especially the younger generation, Wagwan blood, you cool. Yo, you're blessed.
Yes.
You're blessed.
Yes.
Are we blessed? Okay, we go to church and go to even the mosque. They say bless. So when we go to the church and the mosque and the imam and the pastor man, our leaders are talking about we are blessed. And why I say obviously the leaders, because the leaders are leading the people. The leaders are meant to be thy teacher. But where are they leading us? What are they teaching us? But this is why sometimes we have to come as Moors and teach back the truth. Because that's what the Moors did. We came back and brought back the truth.
Yes.
To set our people free. And anybody else who wants to obviously take the wisdom and the knowledge and the understanding too. Because guess what? You're going to have some of your own black brothers and sisters what may not like the truth or accept the truth. So this is not necessarily just for obviously us as black people. But guess what? Who don't hear must feel. And this is what it is. The Moors came before and teach the people. And it's the same thing. Your own black brothers and sisters may sell you out. May not receive you. May not promote you. May not teach the next generation right from wrong. Truth from right. But guess what? The Most High and the ancestors sent obviously somebody who's going to be breaking the knots and spells. On Nottingham. I could say on Nottingham and nobody knows what it is, but I could even elaborate on that, what I mean. Now, before I go into that, I will continue about the word bless. How blessed are we when we are greeting ourselves every day as the elders? Oh, bless you, because that's how that's in the formation they would say, bless you, God bless you, and try to give you love in that way. Yeah. And then you got the younger generation like, yeah man, bless, bless, bless. So all generation we are saying bless. Now this is to my Rastas, my raw stars. Why I say this is to the raw stars and the Rasta man them and the Rasta sister them, my brothers and sisters. As we are a very influential people in the Caribbean, because I would say that Jamaica is the eye of Africa. I would say that Jamaica, and even in the word, Jamaica, 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 Jah is the maker, and Jamaica. You understand?
Yes.
So in both abbreviations, you see why a lot of chosen people come out of Jamaica. Because Jah make them great and mighty. And a lot of prophets and prophetesses come out there to liberate the people and sing truth and give us power and give us wisdom and give us hope. And tell us about the orthodox of Christ, the Black Messiah.
Yes.
So when we talk about who I and I are, I say to the Rastas, we have to teach the new generation that we are here to break the knots and spells, and we are no longer being less. We are not here to be blessed, be less. No, I've never been less. I've always been more. So how am I going to settle to be less when I know that I aim to be more? How can we teach one another to say bless, bless, bless when, like I said, you're telling the opposite person be less? If I love you and I'm saying God bless you, me no want that, because God never lessed me. He never told me to be less. He told me to be more. Why? Because I am the beloved son and also these beloved daughters out there. So as we are the beloved ones and the beloved children, we are here to be more because we are favored.
Yes.
These are the quotations, what it says in the biblical scriptures. So when we look up the word bless, and I said to you, be less, being less. The word bless comes from bliss, which is a blood ritual sacrifice. Blood ritual sacrifice. So why are we quoting bless, which is bliss, which obviously we're not in a no blood sacrificing to one another? You understand? This is witchcraft and sorcery and rituals of the demonic forces. This is why we are not here to be less. This is why we are here to be more. When you are being more, you are being great. Yes? So the same way, like I said, you got the master, the raw star. You with me? Enough of these people out there who's lying and on that technology, they're what? They're moving like monster. You with me?
Yes.
Now what is monster?
Yes.
Yes, this is what people like Aleister Crowley and those so-called grandmaster fake-head masons try to obviously, you with me, keep closed and hidden from us, because we are the, like I said, the sun stars, which is the raw star, because Ra is the sun, so we are the raw stars, yeah, the sun stars, and they are the mon stars, the moon stars.
Yes.
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 So they are the moon stars. You with me?
Yes.
They get their energy from the moon, the lunar. That's why them lunatic and have no sense. You with me? Because
Yes.
they can't control that energy. You with me? Because that energy is more than them. That's feminine energy, the moon is. But they can't control it because they are less than the woman anyway, regardless. That's to go to something else, but not to digress and go into that, but they are monsters. Yeah? That's just like, even like, if next lesson or couple lessons down the line, when I break down the same way you got monsters, you got, which is moon star, you got Monday, which is moon day. You with me?
Yes.
When they say good morning, it's not morning, because we are not mourning. It's about keeping ourselves on a good, positive vibration. This is why when you see an English person, sometimes because of the environment what we're in, we start to speak like them. Yes? We start to be under their spells and their witchcraft and their sorcery and say the words. We interpret it and start to say our own little slang with it. Because if we want to talk about them saying, oh, you're right, duck, and things like that, then we are at fault too. Because we address ourselves as wagwan dog. Yes, me doggy. Have you got him on a leash, on a chain? He's on a leash and a chain and you're taking him on a dog walk or something? How was he your dog? Huh? Explain that to me. That doesn't really make sense. How that person, that dog? You with me? I get that because obviously I come from that in the sense of we use those words too. But then we get to a higher heights where if you want to call me something, because a dog's not royal. So if you want to address me with something of love, because this is where you're calling me a dog, now we think it's alright to call the female counterpart a bitch. A female dog. And we're saying it in our rap music.
Yeah. Oh,
yes? In our drill music.
Yes. Yes.
And publicizing like it's good.
Yeah, it needs to be correct.
So this is where obviously our talk and our words is very key, because I'm not no dog.
No.
And our female sisters and counterparty ain't no bitch.
No.
No female dog.
No.
You understand?
No. Yes.
So when we talk about words, if you want to address me, like I said, they're not of no royal stature. Address I and I as a lion, if you want to address me as some form of animal instinct.
Yes.
Because we have animal instinct. But my animal instinct ain't like a dog. A dog, them are dirty, ain't they? So the male dog dirty and the female dog bitchy, she's dirty. So why do we have to be dirty? Why can't we be in our royal stature? So call I and I a lion, and my counterpart, my sister, she is a lioness.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So now we're talking about the higher vibrations of wordplay.
Yes.
Resonate on a higher frequency.
Yes. Yes. Indeed.
Because we are not less, and we're not here to be less, we are more.
Yes.
And by being more,
yes,
we are addressing ourselves in a correct mannerism.
yes.
Again, it's just like when we see an English person, or again, it could be somebody of a different ethnicity, Asian, whatever. When they will say to us, "You're right, mate." Guess what? I and I can't mate with you. We can never be mates.
No.
Because nature never lies. And when we're dealing with mating and pro-mating, I can only mate with I and I female.
Yes.
I and I can't mate with man. So when man are saying, "You're right, mate," me and you can't be mates. Better you say, "You're right, friend," or you're right, mate. Not mate, but you're right, I don't know. Just, "You're right." Done. You get me? Keep it simple. So, when we're talking about "you're right, mate," in nature, man and man can't mate. So, these words are tricks and spells. Yes? We've got a little bit more sense on the streets when we're not dealing with ourselves as dogs and bitches, because what we have kept as African tradition, at least we know that somewhere down the line in that so-called gang culture or tribal warfare, we have kept the term of, but which is stupid, which if we check out and analyze who we are, what I'm going to say is, when we address each other in these so-called gangs or brotherhoods, we class each other as, if you're in America, you might have Bloods and Crips. So some of them will say, if you're a Crip, what up cuz? If you're a Blood, what up Blood? But if you're a Crip and you say what up cuz and what up Blood, cuz, to be a cuz, you got to have the same blood. And to be a Blood, you're my cuz. You understand? So, if I'm a Crip, I'm still bawling, "What up, Blood?" And if I'm a Blood, I'm still saying, "What up, Crip?" Because Blood is Crip and Crip is Blood. You're both saying the same thing. Now, when we come to the UK, the United Kingdom of Kings and Queens, now we are talking about "you're right, fam." Family goes back to, some of us say, Wagwan family. Yeah? We sometimes say, like the Crips and Bloods, "What up, Blood too? You cool, Blood?" Yes, cuzzy, you good cuz. And not necessarily these might be our direct family or bloodline, but they still are, we have that African mindset to know that I and I are Bloods, cuz, fams, brothers, sistrins. You with me? We can go into many words, what we use. Like I says, we are one family tree. So, at the end of the day, like I'm saying, words is very key. So all my own boys and my own girls, from young generation all the way up to the elders, and all the people in the churches, the mosques, we need to know that word plays a key and fundamental, you with me, play to who we are. And we need to know thyself and know that we are not here to be less, we're here to be more. And in order to be more, it's time to break those knots and spells. So, hope you like the words what I've gave you so far. Please try and tune in next week, Monday, 7 to 8. Yeah, breaking the knots and spells. more lions, more lionesses to the world. One order. It's time for change, man. You with me? It's time to obviously not be confused, and you with me? And the family just to fuse up together and show that positivity, love, and get ourselves on a higher vibration. You with me? Because they can't stop the Most High's children. We're here to rise, yeah? One order, one love, oneness, manners. Tune in next week.